Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all the higher praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. Give honors to the elders, sing honors to the apostles, preaching, teaching the word of truth and with sincerity as always. And without any further ado, I just want to get into current events, updates, and things that's going on right now. And edify the elect on what's going to take place once again, what's getting our minds ready for the things that's going to be taking place out here on this earth here, particularly here in Babylon. Once again, understanding and then knowing that this place, America, where I happen to be in, where most of the elect happens to be in, we believe Babylon is going to be destroyed. Here, that's the USA, United States of America here. The whole land's going to be destroyed by 200 million missiles. So right here, this is Revelation 9. The 9th chapter, this is verse 9. And the 5th angel sounded, and I saw a star fall from heaven unto the earth. Now verse Alright, so Revelation 9, and I'm going to jump down to the point in verse 15. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared. So this was the 6th angel blowing the trumpet. And the 4 angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for it to slay the third part of man. That's going into the nuclear destruction. And the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. Revelation 6, and this is verse 13. And the stars of heaven fell upon the earth, even as a fig tree casts her untimely figs when she is shaken of a mighty wind. 14. And all the heaven departed as a scroll. Okay, that's what you call it, a mushroom cloud. Reminds you of the scroll. It's the missiles expanding, the vacuum effect is what really causes the destruction. Is the vacuum effect of the missiles. Okay, because it explodes in midair. It doesn't. The metal doesn't just hit. It explodes in midair and then it causes a vacuum effect that sucks everything up. Okay, it doesn't really hit the ground. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And that's the mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together, and every mountain and island were moved out of their places. And that's literal as well. It's going to shake the earth, and the kings of the earth, and the great man, and the rich man, and the chief captains, and the mighty man, and every bond man and free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb. So that's going to be Yahweh Shai up in the air. They're going to know that that's the Savior right there. That scripture proves it. Because they're going to say, hide us from the wrath of the Lord. It says down here, for the great day of the wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? Yeah, you're going to have a foundation. So really, if you weren't given this faith, this truth, this knowledge, I mean, your lot is to enjoy here in America. Enjoy this temporary life span that's left in America here until you be destroyed. That's your lot. The Lord has cast lots for every one of us. What's gonna happen to this man, this person, this woman? Through his wisdom, through his decision, the Lord has made the earth and made everything to happen and fall on what its lot is, its destiny is. Sir and Jakes have their consolation prize here on this side already. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump to this here. And get the title, read the title of this article here. It says, and it reads, the title is From Falsely Weighed Trees. It's on the screen there if you want to check them out. And it reads, a powerful jester, Tyler Perry. Okay, this weirded out individual there, Tyler Perry. We already know that he ain't right. That nigga ain't right. He dresses up as a woman. That's not right. He donates 1.4 million to aid communities affected by SNAP reductions. Inspiring act of generosity. This was on November 10th. Alright, so what an upstanding man, right? Let's see what this says here. Rising food prices, shrinking benefits, longer queues at food pantries. And I'm saying that loosely, by the way. So don't get mad at me, but yeah, because basically, man, all that nigga's a Hollywood star, man. You know what you have to do to be on that. You don't know what this dude did before. Jake will take this and say, "Oh, this is off topic," but I'm gonna get back to the topic, but. They will say, "Oh, he's donated 1 point." They'll just take that and say, "Oh, yeah," because Jake is about emotions, basically, not knowledge or facts. Rising food prices. This is the point I wanted, though. I don't want to focus on that, dude. But rising food prices, shrinking benefits, longer. But since he's popping up, Jake would take that and no, Jake, you have to. He dressed as a woman. That's all we have to say. Scriptures say not to dress as a woman, not to be feminine. Rising food prices, shrinking benefits, longer queues at food pantries for millions of American families. The end of emergency SNAP boosts didn't just change a line in their budget. It changed the dinner into their tensions. Into this tension steps Tyler Perry with 1.4 million pledge. Big number, yes. Bigger message. A weekday morning fluorescent I was Charlie is drifting with quiet purpose. A mom, I think, weighs a bag of rice like it's a decision, not a staple. Then a rumor travels faster than the tannoid. Help is coming, not a politician's promise, a person's choice. That's how the news felt when it broke that Tyler Perry would put 1.4 million towards families bracing from snap cuts. And this is the thing, bro. And ultimately, that was the Lord, Yahweh Shai, who put it in this dude's spirit to give these families that help. That was all the Lord's decision. That wasn't Tyler Perry's decision. Because Yahweh, the great God, could have killed Tyler Perry on the spot for being a faggot. But guess what? He allowed him to be alive to do that. Okay, so really, thank Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, who we owe our life and sacrifices to. Okay, because he's gonna come to bring us a kingdom. Nigga, a kingdom that lasts forever, bro. We never had that here. We don't have that here, bro. You think this is life? Waking your ass up every day to put time into a job that you hate and don't like, it's not freedom, bro. Not for the Israelites. For you Edomites and your other nations, yes. For talking shit, because you deserve to talk shit and you deserve to fucking die for talking shit afterwards. You're going to get judged for that, bro. You nations, you Ishmaelites, Allah fanatics, gun-ho for Allahists, you're going to be judged for that, bro. Okay, and you Israelites owe it to the Lord to be thankful, to worship and praise Him for what He's going to give to you. But you're not. Only the elect is doing that. So anyway, the subheading of this one says, what 1.4 million actually looks like at the till. I'm at my wit's end. Let's move on. So anyway, the point I wanted from that, though, was that this nigga has to do this, though, because this shit is going down. Okay, this shit is going down, and either way, man, Tyler Perry could be doing that because he does not have sincerity, but because he wants publicity. Okay, it didn't have to be. All right, did he ask to get published? Oh, I wonder. What sayest ye? But anyway, the point I wanted from that, though, really was that that snap is getting cut off, and I recently saw this other article below the brother posted here. And I forgot, man, that's why I got a screenshot and things, but better. This time this brother posts something edifying. Brother said, just the advice, brother should screenshot it right there and on the spot. Because the brother posted something and now it slipped up for me, my screenshots, but I think it was something along the lines of fresh snap now Medicaid and it was some other different assistance government funded program. I think Social Security, yeah. I think Trump's now, I'm not sure this ain't true. I'm just trying to remember what the article was. I forgot, but it says something, I think it says something along those lines. It definitely says some other shit outside of Snap. And that's possible, bro, Lord willing, man. Something else that's on along the lines of that is this here, which was on November 4th. Today is the Monday, November 10th, 7:44 p.m. It says, this is from ABC News. It says, food banks pantries see surge in demand after SNAP benefits halted. Nearly 42 Americans were affected by the halt in SNAP benefits. And I think another brother mentioned how one nigga only got $18 for his SNAP benefits. Food banks and hunger relief organizations are seeing an increase in the number of people lining up for food packages and calling helplines since supplemental nutrition assistance program benefits were halted on November 1st. Nearly 42 million Americans have lost benefits meant to help low-income and vulnerable households pay for groceries. Come and so Meanwhile, food relief workers say calls from people asking for help are spiking and food banks may run out of supplies in a few weeks unless drastic actions is taken or the government reopens. Yeah, because of that government shut down as well. I'll get this other one here. It says, and this is all going into privacy. This is just the prelude to Second Ezra's 6. Let me find the verse. I'll get verse. The point is in verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Full storehouses is your stores, your supermarkets. Ecclesiastes 12. I'll get verse. Start verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. There's going to be no work. 5. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and people are afraid right now. They're not going to say it. They're not going to say it, but in their heads, they are afraid that if the government shuts down and they're no longer able to pay for their housing and their foods, and then they will be afraid. People are afraid. When the big ass thunder sounds outside and the fucking storm comes, they're afraid. They're scared. They won't make it home. When they're driving in the midst of a blizzard and they're out there or some shit, or they're at a party. It's just one example, and that's a small one. This is a big one, though. It's going into this kingdom being shut down. The elites are planning on it as well. It's not even just the Lord and the elect that's wanting these things to come. It's the elites, the ones ruling you. Yo, rulers, man, they're the ones that also want to bring this chaos out of order. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. And when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. Yeah, the famine, because the grasshopper eats the almond trees. That's going into a famine. And desire shall fail. Desire, not go into the clubs anymore or it's keeping these wicked holidays. False holidays. Holiday means holy, really. Like Hollywood, really. The holly there, and what it's really supposed to mean holy. Going back to the holy bush, the holy tree, they would get their this wood from that the Gaelic druids used for their witchcraft. Because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of mourning, a lot of homelessness. That's why they're gonna be in the streets. Okay, this dude had a dream. Really, it was a vision. This older man, Jake, had a vision years back. In this video I saw, he was explaining what he was seeing, and basically, a lot of people were getting evicted out of their homes. A lot of people were looking nasty, like they ain't showered. The men had full beards grown. Cause usually they'll shave, right, which is off. But if you're an Israelite, you don't shave. But that's what they show you, man. When you're poor, basically you're a bum, right? So we were seeing basically a lot of homelessness, people, Americans having to be kicked out of their homes and being homeless, and then eventually they got mad and we're rioting, which that's what's gonna come too. That's the second Israel's. I think it's second Ezra 16. Nah, that's in 15. Second Ezra 15 verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men. There's gonna be sedition. Why? Because people ain't gonna give a fuck, right? These people ain't gonna give a shit, okay? Because basically, people ain't gonna have shit. They ain't gonna have anything. These men ain't gonna have shit. They ain't gonna have anything. What the fuck do you think they're gonna go and do? Some of them are some of them are gonna go and convert to result in basically criminal activity, robbing the next man, the next fellow human citizen or whatever. It's gonna be more people out here. It's gonna be looking like a Arkham Asylum out here, Arkham City out here. Go watch the movie Batman, the one with the nigga that was in Twilight. That one. Like they give you paint a good picture. I like how they made the city look like and all that. As far as people robbing and just all anarchy criminals basically running the your city, walking freely out here. One of us is the elect might end up getting robbed. Just for the Lord to test us. I mean, I don't know. Lord forbid, but you know that could happen. And then yeah, man, like the Wild West. just in a more modern, a modern hit, I guess. Like that one bitch said, second Edges 15 verse yeah, man, so it says there, 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation come. Yeah, so we are in the end times. This is what people should be worrying about, thinking about, the Israelites. But 2/3 are lost in sauce out here. And let's finish here what I had in second Edges 12. 5. Because man goes to his home and the mourners go about the streets. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of mourning out here. And then they're going to be rising up against their government. Right, because it says right there, once again, second Edges 15. It's the 15th chapter of second Edges. Second Esdras, it says in 15 verse 16, they shall not regard their kings nor princesses as their governors, rulers. In the course of the president, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Yeah, what are people gonna? What's gonna be their action? They're gonna want to go and destroy the government, their nearest local government buildings and shit. Throw Molotov cocktails at fucking police cars, vehicles, running in shops, snatching and grabbing shit. Niggas from the hood, people from the hood people running in there grabbing and snatching shit. Like some ants. Or roaches, things like that. Ever seen roaches like just running and shit like that, man? A man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able. And the cities are going to be shut down and martial law is going to be declared afterwards. Yeah, not that quickly. Not that quickly because they're not going to give a shit. Talking about your Trump. Trump is just a puppet. He's a puppet ruler, a puppet king. What's a puppet ruler, a puppet king? Those doing that articulate. Puppet king or puppet ruler is someone they set up to basically that answers to the bigger man. So they really can't just do it, make ultimate big decisions off their own, or then some problems would happen. And it's going to be a man-made economic collapse. Yeah, the Lord's going to bring it. I'm going to make the kings and rulers to make it happen. Ultimately, is the Lord's will to fulfill the prophecies. So you gotta be spiritual to understand these things and know that they are gonna happen. You gotta have faith. To those who deny it, hey, what if their unbelief? Shall your unbelief make the Lord's will of none effect? Lord forbid. It doesn't matter if you don't believe. Us, the elect, we believe these things are gonna happen. We don't even have to believe. We know these things are gonna happen. And y'all who don't believe, hey, if you don't believe, well, then you're gonna be destroyed, man. And watch it come before your own ass, fucking eyes, man. Keep thinking that this is all there is to life, but it's not, man. And this shit is gonna be over with soon.